Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Manna.
Manna was just beautiful. She was really fun. She loved to sing. She was just fun to be around. She loved to draw. She loved drawing. I don't think so. Time can heal this or make this better.
Tanya Petrus has just marked an unthinkable anniversary. 2 years since her daughter died while in the care of a disability service provider.
That was the first time that Manna entered a care. They promised me all the good things in the world, and all I asked for my daughter is to be safe.
Myrna had autism and epilepsy, and in March 2019 secured NDIS funding to move into a group home operated by the Australian Foundation for Disability, known as Afford.
We provided Afford with all medical information, all the doctor's reports.
That included an epilepsy management plan, which made clear Myrna must be supervised by a carer while in the shower and the bath.
As far as you're concerned, there was no reason for her to be left alone in the bath?
No.
Yet that's exactly what happened one night in June 2019. Myrna drowned after having an epileptic seizure in the bath, behind an internally locking door. She was 20 years old.
I saw my daughter. They took her. I couldn't touch her. I couldn't see her. I couldn't.
730 has obtained an external investigation into the causes of Myrna's death, which found that clients were able to lock themselves in the bathroom with staff unable to unlock the door in case of emergency, and the group home's bath was too deep. It also found bigger systemic problems. According to the investigation report, Myrna's health records were missing from Afford's electronic client management file, including her epilepsy management plan. There's no suggestion that any Afford staff are responsible for the death, but based on the report, it's unclear whether the staff on shift that night had read the plan or even knew Myrna had epilepsy.
All this information is supposed to be available for these people before they come in to know what they deal with.
The investigators also said they found a box-ticking approach to safety compliance by Afford. The report says they spoke to a staff member who said the growth in clients hasn't matched the growth in infrastructure required to provide quality service to those clients.
For 65 years, Afford has delivered disability services so people have the choice to live the life they want.
Since the launch of the National Disability Insurance Scheme in 2013, Afford has transformed from a Western Sydney disability charity into a national organisation that knows how to rake in money and how to party. Its staff awards night is the biggest bash of the year.
Most important people in the room tonight are our...
At the centre of the party is Stephen Herold, the man who turned Afford into a disability industry juggernaut. After he became CEO in 2015, Herold doubled the number of Afford clients to more than 4,000. Executive salaries have almost doubled to more than $2 million a year. ABC Investigations has seen financial records showing lavish spending by one Afford manager on a company credit card at bars in the past year, including more than $1,500 in one night at a Gold Coast nightclub. Afford says the spending was within its rules and part of a staff recognition event.
I don't think anybody would think that that kind of behaviour is appropriate in the leadership team of a disability organisation.
Disability advocate Nicole Rogerson used to operate a disability service provider and has seen firsthand how the influx of NDIS cash is changing providers like Afford.
So we've seen a massive upswing and the corporatisation of the NDIS, and now we have service providers getting bigger and bigger and aggregating who are wanting to provide these services to people with a disability and make a buck.
Just last month, a group of senior staff enjoyed a $2,500 an hour Sydney Harbour cruise on board the luxury super yacht, the 7 Star. They posted the highlights of the Afford-funded trip on social media. Afford's board has appointed external investigators to look into allegations of misuse of the charity's funds by some senior staff. There's also been big changes at the top. Afford's CEO, Stephen Herald, resigned in March. He later tried to rescind his resignation, but the board would not let him.
And then, what's after 7? We have 8. One more time, well done. 8 chickens. High five. Well done, Tom, fantastic.
Tom Stumpo has Down syndrome and gets a range of services under the NDIS, including speech therapy.
High five. Very good.
He has to be careful what he eats. Because Tom has no teeth, it's not safe for him to have solid food. His mother is still shaken by what happened when Tom was given solid food at an Afford respite care home 2 years ago.
Tom went at 9 o'clock. I get a call at 10 o'clock telling me that Tom's got a virus. And I said, Tom, this was all right, perfectly okay at home. But if you want to bring him back, you're scared that he's got a virus, bring him back.
When Tom got home, Rosa discovered he wasn't sick at all. He had food stuck in his throat.
So I started doing a little bit of usual, trying to get the food up. And no way. Ended up having to call the ambulance. So I thought, I'm going to lose him.
The ambulance took Tom to Concord Hospital in Sydney, where staff managed to remove the food.
They said to me, go home and ring them up and ask them what they've given him. And they gave him a schnitzel sandwich, chicken schnitzel sandwich. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hey, look good, Mum. Oh, look. Bye. Bye. Give me a hug. See you later.
Tom? Do you know where we're going today? So we're going to go see the penguins? Yeah?
Yeah. Tom has a new support service and a new carer. When he was at Afford, Rosa told management her son shouldn't be given solid food. But 7:30 can reveal that Tom's feeding plan wasn't held on his electronic client file. This was the same failure investigators reported in Myrna Aprem's case.
They didn't look after him properly. I'm really, really disappointed in them because I gave them my trust and they didn't do anything that I asked them to.
Afford declined our request for an interview, but in a statement acknowledged that an error had occurred in Tom's case and apologised to his family. Afford would not comment on Myrna Aprem's death, but said it has cooperated with an investigation by the NDIS Quality and Safeguards Commission. It defended spending on staff entertainment, saying it assigns a portion of administrative costs to rewarding staff and team building. And it defended its pursuit of growth, describing itself as a profit-for-purpose organisation.
The constant need for growth, the constant need for increased sales, etc., puts pressure on an executive team and a management team. And all of a sudden, are we looking at the clinical outcomes and lifestyle options for people with a disability, or are we looking at a sales target? I hate to say, but I think there's an awful lot of service providers that would be looking at their sales and their financial reports well before they look at the outcomes for people with a disability.
Look at the baby one! Oh my goodness!
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.